Hey, Queen City Gaming fans. So welcome back, guys. Today we're looking actually into a new game. I know, not Star Wars Legion unboxings, right? Alright, so guys, today we're looking into a game called Dropfleet Commander. It is actually not by Hawk Wargaming like the box says. Hawk was the original creator of the game, and then they got bought out by TT Combat. So if you're interested in this, guys, and you enjoy what you see, head over to TT Combat to get your own set. Alrighty, so guys, Dropfleet Commander came out a few years ago. It is actually the Kickstarter that bankrupted a company. That's right, guys. So for those of you who don't know, Dropfleet Commander is the big mass spaceship battle version of Drop Zone Commander, and it came out with a very successful Kickstarter. It was actually super funded. I mean, when I say it was super funded, I mean everything. And it was a huge big deal, and yeah, people didn't get their stuff. It was crazy. But this is a fantastic game. It comes out by TT Combat. So in this, you're going to get a couple different things. The first thing and probably most important thing is actually this. If you look in here, these are your little widgets that you're going to use. You're going to have 2, 4, 6, 8. You're only going to use 7, so you will have one over. I highly suggest you save those, and then your rods for your flying stands. Alrighty, so this kit is broken up into 2 sprues. You have your, well, really 3 sprues. Alright, you have your bases, which these are actually an interesting design because these pieces will actually fit in here and rotate around, and depending on what colors are showing determines different effects in the game. So it's actually really important that you get these correct. And then these are actually markers, so you can put them in these pegs and mark how many wounds your ships have left and things like that, which is really cool. And for those of you who say these are really hard to spin, guys, if you put one of these pegs in there, it actually makes it super easy to spin. So don't complain unless you do that. Alright. In this box, guys, you're going to get 3 cruiser sprues, which are, on the box, going to be these 3 ships here. They can be built. In fact, let me pull out the instructions for you. And before we go anywhere, guys, these are the stickers. These are the colors I told you about that are going to show up in those slots. And these are your wound counters and everything that goes on those bases. So this sheet is very important. Don't look at this and go, oh, those are just decals. I don't need those. No, you need those. So when we look at the cruisers, guys, you kind of have a base set of instructions that you follow with a couple different fin options, and then that's optional too. But when we flip it over to the back, you can actually, and I got to hold this way back, you can actually see all the options. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different options in this kit, which are a ton. So really pay attention to which one you're building and don't just put random parts together. The 3 that are actually in the start of the game are the Shenlong, the Infrit, and the Wyvern are the 3 that you need to get going with the starter set. So, fun times. And speaking of starters, they actually give you little pre-printed cards for the starters. So, you got your Infrit, your Wyvern, and your Shenlong. These numbers are your tonnage for your fleets, and these are actually how you determine who goes first. So each player plays a card, and whoever has the lowest tonnage gets to activate first. So it's a little different. Alrighty, but when we look at this sprue, it actually has a ton of different parts in here, and it's actually pretty easy to build. It takes plastic glue really well. But I will say you're probably going to need some liquid green stuff to fill in gaps if you're kind of a perfectionist. And these big fin pieces can get in the way of painting. So it's one of those kits where you might want to paint in sub-assemblies to build. But it's overall really cool, and these ships are actually decent size. I mean, it's about the size of my palm when it's done. It's actually pretty big because the fins actually stick out further than this body. So actually a super cool little kit. And then you have your carriers and fighters and stuff. This one frame, where's the instructions? So this one frame will build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different chips, which is pretty nice. Now, you can only build 2 of each body type, and then you have all different types of add-ons down here for your side fins, which can determine which is which. But overall, a super cool little frame. Then you get a quick reference sheet with kind of pictures showing you and the stats of all the units, and then on the back is kind of your quick reference for your for the games. I highly suggest keeping these, mainly for these. You see these 2 damage tables. You reference these a lot in the game, so I would highly suggest keeping that, as well as the order summary, especially when you first get started. But overall, guys, this is an absolutely fantastic kit to get going into Dropfleet Commander with. It's basically your half of the starter set. If you're just getting started and you need the rule book and you need a map and everything, I would go ahead and get the starter set with this. But luckily, Derek has pretty much all of that, so I'm just buying a fleet. I bought this and then a big fleet box as well, and it's pretty much the entire force, minus a couple battle cruisers and stuff I had to buy, which we're going to unbox soon, actually. But guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe. We're going to have Dropfleet Commander battle reports starting soon, guys. Thank you so much for dropping by. This is Queen City Gaming, signing out, folks.